We got another big show on tap today. We'll recap yesterday's Monster Day, we'll get in some more bets, and we'll give away some free money. Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Jason Mattis with Winning Bets. Thanks for hanging out with me on this episode, the Thursday edition here of Winning Bets, where we got free sports picks every single day. And every show always starts off with recapping yesterday, so let's do that. As you guys can see right here, started off with, rough day. While it was an extremely profitable day, it was not in soccer. Went 0-3 in soccer. Started off in that Burnley-Aston Villa game, under 2.5. There were 5 goals in that game. There's some really just shit defending in that game. The first goal was really bad defending. Then Villa wants to give up a header to Ben Mee, which was kind of unacceptable. And then later on, just some overall, just some really poor, defending and plays from that game. So just a little bit unfortunate there. Also, then Everton, they also did not win. They went up 1-0 over Leicester. Couldn't hold them off. It was a little bit unfortunate because Calvert-Lewin had a header in the 91st minute, chance to win that game, and he just pushed his header just wide of that post. He admittedly, should have done better there. I mean, that's an opportunity where you've got to score, but he didn't get it done. And then we lost our 3-legged parlay. We had Juventus, Barcelona in that parlay. Both of those clubs won. And we had Manchester United. Of all the clubs in that parlay that lose, it's got to be the one that I support. A chance for Manchester United to go back up top of the table in the first place. And they just couldn't get it done. Really, really shit performance by Man United. Barely was hitting the target overall in the whole game, but even barely in the first half hitting the target. So that parlay went ahead and crashed. So rough day in soccer. Actually got hit up on Twitter by somebody and said, well, maybe we'll have a good NBA night. Well, yeah, damn straight. That's exactly what we had. We cleaned house in the NBA. Started off going 4-0 in the NBA and plus 3.56 units. Right there for those 4 bets, we already erased all the damage that soccer had done to us. We hit Nikola Jokic over 10.5 rebounds. That cashed in the third quarter. He ended up with 11 rebounds overall in the game. So kind of like what we've been seeing this week, where we get in early cashes, but then the player just doesn't do anything else the rest of the game. And Nikola Jokic, unreal. If I would have live betted that, let's say that number would have gone to, let's say he was at 11, 13.5. I would have, I don't live bet, but I'm just saying, in theory, if I would have live betted that, yeah, you assume if he cashes early in the third quarter, he's going to get a few more rebounds. He didn't get anything that rest of that game, so just absolutely unreal. But my man Jokic came through for us again. And then we did three teams against the spread. Did the Nuggets -5. That was a good cash. They absolutely smashed the Heat, as I thought. I mean, Heat are depleted. They're just struggling right now. We did Cavs -2.5. That was a nice one. Was down by halftime, but thought they would bounce back and have a good second half performance, and that's exactly what they did. And then we did Jazz -2.5 as well. That was a really good, easy win. I mean, you guys saw the video on the Fox Bet Super 6 app breaking these games down. I thought those were nice. Going to be good, easy money for us, and all 3 of those bets were just nice, easy cashes for us. So 4-0 and plus 3.56 units. I went ahead and hold on, let's hear that cash register. There we go. Got it in there. I went ahead and did the breakout like this because I know some of you don't do the Fox Bet Super 6 parlay. Some of you don't do the FanDuel Refer a Friend. And then the double-double, though, I got hit up by people on Twitter. A bunch of people were hitting me up on Twitter saying that was a good bet, and they enjoyed obviously raking the profit from that. So that was a nice one for us. It was Nikola Jokic and Rudy Gobert to have a double-double. Got that one to cash. Lost the Fox Bet Super 6 parlay. A couple teams didn't win. I know the Celtics didn't win and the Lakers didn't win. Oh yeah, Lakers lost on the last second with 2 seconds to go, so that was unfortunate. And then the Refer a Friend. Yeah, I'm adding in the Refer a Friend, and if you're new to the show here, I'll get you caught up to speed on why we added in the Refer a Friends, because I encourage everybody, if you're a sports bettor, sign your significant other up. Sign them up. All you need is their email address. Sign them up, dump in the money, and you'll get a bonus. They'll get a bonus, and then you can withdraw the money once you're eligible to, and then you can put it in your, put it back into your main account. So this is actually the first time I've done the Refer a Friend. I'm probably playing catch up to you guys. I bet you guys have already used that. So it's my chance to, get caught up to you. And again, if you haven't, just sign your significant other up. And if you're sitting there and you don't have a significant other, go reach out to your neighbor. that you drink beers with on a Friday night and you guys bullshit all the time about sports and have a good time, just say, yo man, I need your email address. That's all I need. I'm going to put up all the money. I just need your email address. And in 3 days, we can never talk about this again. I'll have all the profits from it, all the free money. And yeah, like I said, it can never be speaked of again. So definitely, that refer a friend thing, you guys got to take advantage of that. That is absolutely free money. You guys remember that Nikola Jokic one? That was a $100 bet from the DraftKings refer a friend bonus. That was just awesome. Won $107 off that. What a great one. So overall in the day, when you add everything up, as we do here, plus 10.79 units. Let me get another one. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. So overall, we've had a profitable Monday, we've had a profitable Tuesday, and a profitable Wednesday. That brings our weekly total to plus 13.76 units. That's what I'm talking about. Listen to that cash register. That sound never gets old. And not only did we clean up, obviously, we had a fantastic day. The free giveaway bet hit. You guys remember I put an extra $25 on the Nuggets and the Warriors parlay. That paid out $21. So everybody's name's in the hat. Let's draw one out and let's see who's going to win 21 bucks. Let's see it. Gonna do this one right here. This one right here. And it is Hey Rob. Hey Rob. Come on down, Rob. You guys. Oh, I'm going to put it back in the hat. As you know, all you have to do is hit me up on Twitter, give me that PayPal information, and I'll send you guys $21. And as you know as well, we are also doing it again. The free bet hit, so we keep on rolling, baby. This is the exciting part about this, is every time the bet wins, we just keep doing it again. We just keep doing it again and keep giving away free money. I'll reveal on this here in a little bit, but it will be tonight's free bet, so we'll all know what we're rooting for. With that being said, let's jump on into it. I do have a few bets for you guys. Nothing in the soccer action. There's only one Premier League game going on today, Tottenham, Liverpool. Just a little bit tough to predict right now, so all of the bets are in the NBA. So let's do that. Let's jump on into it. The first matchup we're going to look at here is Portland versus Houston. Portland defensive ranks. And as you guys know, all my research is obviously always in the last 3 games. What have you done for me recently? Portland in the last 3 games, 29th in field goal percentage allowed, 29th in three-point field goal percentage allowed, 28th in points per game allowed, and 29th in defensive efficiency. They are not getting it done. How does Houston compare to those same stats? First, second, first. Whew, big advantage here to Houston, obviously, on the defensive end. If we look at where the advantages continue for Houston, Houston is first in offensive rebounds, and Portland is 27. So they should have their way, on the glass too. And then one last thing here for you, Portland versus centers. All right? They're bottom in the league in points allowed, field goal percentage allowed, three-pointers made allowed, and rebounds allowed to centers. So centers are having their way against Portland. So now that I've given you guys all the justification, let's roll into it and hit the bets. We're going to look at Christian Wood. Christian Wood over 31.5 points, rebounds, and assists, and that's minus 122 over at FanDuel. Earlier on the season, he had 47 in this matchup earlier on the season, so it's 31.5. A slight maybe concern is he hasn't played since the 20th. I don't know if it's COVID or injuries. I'm not sure what's going on with him. So maybe DeMarcus Cousins eats into his minutes a little bit, but if Christian Wood is anything in terms of his normal minutes, I feel really good about that 31.5. In fact, I feel so good about it, that is the free giveaway bet. So if that bet hits, it's worth $22 based on the minus 122 odds. We'll give away $22 on tomorrow's show if Christian Wood can get over 31.5 points, rebounds, and assists. So let's go, Christian Wood. Another bet from this game is we're going to look at Eric Gordon. Gave you the stats there about Portland's defensive struggles and also their defensive struggles from defending the 3. So we're going to do Eric Gordon over 2.5 made 3-pointers, and that's minus 110 over at DraftKings. And once again, just like 2 days ago, I was between Eric Gordon and Oladipo, and I'm going to ride out Eric Gordon. They both, attempt roughly the same amount of threes, make roughly the same amount of threes, but, even though Eric Gordon's a bench player, and I usually shy away from bench players, there's no denying it that Eric Gordon is in a better form right now than Oladipo. So go ahead and go with Eric Gordon over 2.5 made point 3-pointers. And then the other bet from this same game is I kind of used a an idea here for my soccer system. So over at FanDuel, you can do the win margin, and they have the Rockets win by 1 to 10, and they have the Rockets to win by 11 plus. I initially was going to do 1 to 10 because it pays plus 175. And the line is -4. I also, thought it was kind of around that same line when I did my handicapping before I even went and saw what their line was. I had it around about 7 to about 8 points is what I had it. But then, as I just thought about it, it's just like, man, those defensive numbers of Portland are really, really shitty. And if Rockets are having any decently good night shooting, like this game could get ugly, and it could get ugly fast based on those defensive numbers. Like I said, if the Rockets are doing it good, so I just didn't want it to be that game. Have the game late and it's bouncing around between 9 to 12 points and be sweating it out and lock myself into 1 to 10. So I put a half unit on Rockets to win by 1 to 10. And I put a half unit on Rockets to win plus 11. I fully understand that I'm severely cutting my profit in, but the fact is, if Portland wins, I was screwed if I only did Rockets to win 1 by 10. If the Rockets win by 11 plus, I was screwed. So much like the soccer system where you get 3 outcomes, you go ahead and cover 2 of the 3 outcomes, cut into your profit a little bit, but you can get yourself a 66% chance to win the bet as opposed to a 33% chance. So I'll go ahead and do that. And the reason maybe, I was also a little concerned, I just, Portland does have a slightly better offense than the Rockets. It's only slightly better of all slimmer margins. So I could see this game potentially being a blowout. So while I was originally going to go Rockets 1 to 10, I'll go ahead and bump that up and just cover myself there. So I'll go ahead and use, like I said, my soccer system per se on the Rockets win margin right there. All right, the next game I wanted to look at here is the Warriors versus the Suns. I want to look at the Suns' defense against power forwards this season. They are near the best in the league at allowing points to power forwards, field goal percentage to power forwards, and three-pointers made to power forwards. They just don't. Power forwards are not having a good season so far against this Suns defense. Draymond Green has had 8+ points in 3 of 14 games, and he's only averaging 5.1 points per game. So that's the bet. It's Draymond Green under 7.5 points, and that's -110 over at DraftKings. You're going to see this bet, I think, a lot going forward. You guys remember we made this bet once earlier this season. I was locked in on this bet, or locked in on this trend of Draymond Green not scoring, and the number was at 7.5. The night I decided to pull my trigger and make this bet, it went down to 6.5. I still, it was 1 point less, but I still felt good about it. That night he got 7 points, and obviously, lost the bet for us. And I was pissed. I was absolutely pissed, and I've laid off that bet since, and all he's done is cash it because he's not hitting 8 points. Like I said, he's only done it in 3 of 14 games. So the sports books, for whatever reason, I've been monitoring this. It's been at 6.5, 6.5. In the last couple of games, it's gone back up to 7.5. So now that it's back at 7.5, I've obviously gone ahead and jumped on it tonight. And again, much like our guy Blake Griffin that we're going to fade going forward, Draymond Green is going to be a player that we're going to look to fade going forward. If you can cash a bet 11 out of 14 times, you know how much money you're going to have in your pocket? We're going to have a lot of money in our pocket. Speaking of our friend Blake Griffin, waiting to see what's going to go on with him. The Pistons are playing tonight. The sports books have not populated the player props for that Lakers-Pistons game yet. So just waiting to see if Blake Griffin, if there's a prop bet for Blake Griffin and it's at 14.5, going to go ahead and bet that under. So just look for me on Twitter if I go ahead and pull that trigger on making that bet on Blake Griffin. They're playing the Lakers. We know through making several bets on the Lakers this season how good the Lakers are defensively. So really hope the sportsbooks go ahead and give us a Blake Griffin prop. First of all, I hope Blake Griffin plays. That's why we didn't make it last night, is because Blake Griffin didn't play. So if he plays, they're going to make the prop bet for him. So hopefully Blake Griffin gets on the floor tonight. It is in action. So just, again, look for me on Twitter if I go ahead and not make that final decision, pull the trigger. Otherwise, guys, without that, we'll roll with Christian Wood, we'll roll with Eric Gordon, we'll roll with that Rockets win margin, and then we'll roll with Draymond Green going tonight. So those will be the 4 bets. We're having a fantastic week. Let's just have another good one here on Thursday. Go ahead and hit this like button, guys. Mash that like button. You guys know you were a part of that profit. Mash that like button. Let's keep it going. Keep the positive energy going. Let's do it again tonight. All right, guys, and don't forget, hey, Rob, to hit me up for your free $21. Otherwise, guys, we'll do it all over again tomorrow, and I'll see you then.
Thanks for watching this episode of Winning Bets. I'm Jason Mattis. I'll see you again when we are celebrating the wins and making more winning bets. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more winning bets.